Well, speaking of Inde, how did you say it again, Chris?
Navarrette?
Navarrette? I like the way you say it. I'm going to go with your way.
Scott
Navarrette.
said that's the way to say it too.
Oh, is it? Okay, there you go. Yeah. I would have said just Navarrette, but Navarrette is not only in the news today because, you know, she's being projected to get an Oscar nomination, but also for something maybe a little bigger as far as project-wise goes. In a recent interview, Inde has confirmed that she has met with Jake Schreier, who is directing the upcoming X-Men film, and also did the Thunderbolts, which was, I thought Thunderbolts was great, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what does with the X-Men. Also said she met with Michael Mann. A lot of people speculating that was for Heat 2. I heard it's not for Heat 2, but who knows? It very well could be. I heard it's not, but I'm not going to say one way or the other, because what do I know? But she is meeting with Jake Schreier, and in the same interview, while confirming that she has met with Jake, somebody followed up, says, so would you be open to being in a Marvel film? And she said, yeah, I'd be open to being in a Marvel film. So talking with that. So that's got a lot of people, of course, chatting and talking. Oh my God, she's going to be in the X-Men. Now, a couple of things need to be pointed out here. Okay. Very important. Number one, she did not say they talked about X-Men. Now, it's totally understandable to kind of think that that's probably what it was about. Completely understandable. I agree. That's probably what it was about. But we have to say, she did not say they talked about X-Men. For all we know, they talked about a project that he's planning on doing in 2 or 3 years after he's got the first X-Men film under his belt. For all we know, right? So let's be clear about that. Did not say she's in, because I've seen some other places running headlines already saying, Inde Navarrette in talks for the next X-Men film. That's bullshit. That is not what she said. It could be what's happening, but we don't know that for sure. So let's put on our movie fan hats for a minute. Let's just, for the sake of this discussion, let's just say for the moment that she is talking with Jake about X-Men. Okay. She might not be, but just for the fun of the conversation, let's pretend she is. I have a very strong opinion about who I could see her playing. And, you know, X actor, X role, it doesn't matter. And this doesn't totally fit in because, Rob, I'm already expecting to see you recoil to this. All right. And I understand why. And I understand why. Because there is a problem when you think about it in the comics. She would be a great Kitty Pryde. She might be, I acknowledge she's not the right age. Not the right age. I totally get that. So that would have to be something that they rearranged a bit for the movie versions. They just say she's a bit older, whatever. But I think she would make a great Kitty Pryde. I'm seeing somebody in the live chat saying they could see her playing Psylocke. I don't see her as Psylocke at all. Yeah, I think
she came to mind for me.
Really? You thought Psylocke?
I just one of those. But yeah, keep going.
So, so for me, it would be, I think she'd make a great Kitty Pryde. I think Kitty Pryde obviously was a character that they did use in the Fox universe, but horribly underused. I mean, the best use they ever did with her was obviously for Days of Future Past. That was the best use they did for her. But I could totally see that. And listen, I've always said it's never a mistake to add talent. She's probably going to be an Oscar nominee this year. Adding her into something like X-Men right now would be completely huge. Anyway, Rob, you know, you saw this story. She has herself confirmed that she has sat down and met with Jake, although did not say it was specifically for X-Men, but that's what he's working on right now. So 2 questions for you. Number 1, do you think she's talking to them about X-Men? And then number 2, assuming she is for this discussion, who could you see her playing in an X-Men universe?
Well, I mean, I could see her. I think Kitty, I'm sure that she probably is talking to her or talking to Jake and just about everybody else. I mean, if her agents and her team are good, they would capitalize on this because she's become one of the most bankable female stars of her age that currently is working in Hollywood. So I think she's probably going to talk to, you know, as Gary Oldman would say, everyone. But if she was in the X-Men, I mean, she could play Ilyana Rasputin, you know, Colossus's sister.
Magic.
Magic.
She could.
And-
She would be actually. You know what? I like that.
That'd be a good choice.
Magic. Would,
Magic.
Magic's a
would be
good one.
great.
That's a
You
really
know, I
good
know
one.
Magic can be blonde, but she can be blonde if she
Oh, yeah.
needs to be. I would imagine she could do some kind of a Russian accent, but she could also be, if the X-Men are going younger, she could be the White Queen. You know, she could be
Emma
Emma
Frost.
Frost that January Jones played in X-Men First
Right.
Class. I could see her. You know, there's something about her that could be regal. I could see her playing a more regal character. I mean, she's got interesting ethnicity. I don't know what her background is, but she can play. I think she has diversity in terms of who she could be. I could believe her as Russian. I could believe her as American. I could believe her as British. I could believe her maybe coming from having Latin roots or something. But I think that she can be incredibly versatile. But that was the first thing that struck me, was either Magic or Emma Frost, you know, something like that, because she certainly can do that.
What do you think, Chris? I guess the same two questions for you is like, number one, do you think she's actually talking to them about X-Men? And then assume that she is for a second. Who are some names you could see her playing from the X-Men lineup?
Yeah, I definitely see that she's probably in those conversations. It definitely seems like someone they want, given the star power she's recently gotten. I do find it interesting because I feel like, you know, this jump from like, oh, breakout hit and then indie transitioning to a superhero role used to be something bigger. I don't know if that has some people might actually look at you and be like, is that where you want your career to go? Is that like where you think? Because again, I feel like it doesn't hold as much power anymore to jump to a superhero role immediately, especially if she's in talks with people like Michael Mann for a role in a movie. But looking at who she could play, like looking at that photo, I see Mystique. I could see her in that blue
She could do that too.
paint.
Yeah.
And she had good facial range, you know, and I watched her in the Superman and Lois show, and now it's completely different from her role in Obsession. So it feels like she's got the range. I'd like to see how far it go. And something like Mystique, I think it'd be cool. Immediately, I don't know why Psylocke was a name that popped in my head. I see you don't see it, but I mean, really, anybody. I mean, heck, just the small town kind of farm girl look from Superman and Lois. I think she could pull off the country accent with Rogue.
I mean, Rogue is one. I've seen a few people in the live chat throwing in the idea of Rogue. Here's the question I have about Mystique is twofold. One, do you think they might want to move away a little bit from Mystique because she was so front and center with Jennifer Lawrence in the last batch? And then the second, I wonder if they did do Mystique again, if they might lean into the other aspects of her, like, you know, the mother of Nightcrawler sort of angle. And if they did want to, you know, kind of explore that part where, well, not only was she the mother of Nightcrawler, she kind of raised Rogue and all that kind of stuff. Like, would they go with somebody a little bit older, or would they say, no, I'd worked with Jennifer Lawrence having a younger Mystique. Maybe they could do that and they could have her be that too. So that would work really well. I mean, the bottom line is she's clearly a very versatile actress. And I think she could probably nail whichever role they decided to have her play. So the question is for you guys, what do you think about this? I mean, what we know for a fact is that Indy has met with Jake, the director of X-Men, because she's confirmed that herself. Do you think it's talking about X-Men? And if so, just for fun, who could you see her playing? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts.